Hello, I'm Mayor James Barberio, and welcome to another episode of Pride in Parsippany. My guest today is the Director of Health and Human Services Department, better known as the Community Center, Michelle Picone. How are you today, Michelle?
I'm great, Mayor. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Before we go on to the segment here, can you give a little brief history of yourself here while working in Parsippany?
Sure. I've been an employee of the Township of Parsippany since 2004 as a health inspector. I have a degree in biology, and I very recently, this year in 2015, became Director of Health and Human Services in Parsippany, which is a job I absolutely love.
Great. Well, I tell you, going around, I've been at the St. Anne's senior Christmas party. People were boasting about you. So as a mayor, that makes me feel good that they love you, and that's important because you deal with a lot of individuals, and not just a lot of senior citizens like everybody thinks. A lot of people in town that need our help, families that are less fortunate, and the community center and yourself and your crew and your team are always there. And when I get a lot of great comments about that, that makes me feel good because, you know, you can't, as a mayor, you can't be everywhere.
Right, right.
So the community center, what, it's 24 years?
Yep, the community center is 24 years old. It's listed, its title is the Community Center of Parsippany. It's sort of evolved into a place where I'd like to call the more mature residents of Parsippany like to hang out. I don't like senior citizens so much, but mature residents of Parsippany sort of have taken it over, and they have a great time there. There are so many activities at the community center, so it's kind of gotten a subtitle as the senior center.
Right.
And there is so much to do there. One important function that as Health and Human Services Director we do is we serve the public. And one of the ways we serve the public is with the food pantry, which to this date has given out over 20,000 pounds of food.
Wow. I know we were low at one point, and then a lot of community leaders in town, individuals and groups, the teachers union, they came to the rescue, you know, and they've donated a lot of foods. Young lady, Corla, from Parsippany Hills High School.
Yes.
She was very instrumental, and
yes,
we really do appreciate it, especially during this time of year. You know, Thanksgiving and the Christmas holiday. So.
Yep, the residents are incredible. We just got from the Girl Scout, one of the Girl Scout troops, stockings for all the children of the food pantry, filled with toys, games. We've got about 40 stockings donated to hand out with the food pantry bags that we give out to residents. It's open for residents, Parsippany residents only, the food pantry.
That was a question I was going to ask you. So. It's a 45,000 square foot building, I know, and that's a pretty big building.
It's a huge building.
Yeah, considering other community centers in other towns, probably not even half that size.
No. Usually another town, maybe one room, two rooms. Community center is 45,000 square feet of multi-rooms with multi-functions. We have an exercise room, we have a dance studio, we have a theater. And they host, the Women's Theater Company hosts plays there. We have bridge game, mahjong, pinochle. Just as this, I just sat down one day to list the activities that go on at the senior center, community center. This is what I came up with.
And it's probably more.
And there's more that I couldn't fit on. This is a legal size piece of paper. This is what goes on every day at the senior center. And probably one of the most important things that goes on at the senior center is you can come in and as a mature resident do nothing.
Right,
you can just come in and just relax. We have a few gentlemen that just come in and sit and watch the pool players. We have pool. As I said, we have a sit and be fit, stretch and strength, healthy bones. All these sort of cater to the more mature residents. And there's so much going on. And if you want to just secure a room for a meeting, we had a meeting of the Red Hat Society one day, which is, you know, the women that wear the red hats and the purple dresses and they gather. They needed a room. Sure, come to the senior center.
And you guys also do tax preparation for our seniors, correct?
Yeah, I forgot about that. We do tax preparation from February to April 15th. We have safe driving for seniors. That's another AARP program. We have speakers. We show movies. The list goes on and on.
Can you talk about, because when I come there on occasions, I noticed they're having lunch downstairs. That's the Morris County Nutrition.
Correct. That's the Morris County Nutrition Project,
Right.
which is actually open to all Morris County residents.
Right.
And they serve lunch for a donation of $2 if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, you don't have to pay.
Right.
So while the residents are there doing whatever, playing ping pong, as I said, the pool tables, exercising, they have a break and they can have lunch there. And it's a social scene too, you know. But yet, if you don't want that, if you think it's not your thing, you don't have to. There's no pressure to join anything, although all these, we have line dancing, we have ballroom dancing, we have Tai Chi. You can join all these activities for $3 or less. But you don't then again, you don't have to do anything, which I think is important too. You could just come and sit and read a magazine, read a book. We have books available. That's another thing that's in there, the Book Nook. From the library,
from the library, right.
has a branch there which offers low-cost books. For $1 you can get a book. For $1 you can get a CD. It's unbelievable.
Another, I don't know if a lot of residents know this, or mature residents, as you call them, that we also have drivers that will drive some of the residents to the doctors. Can you explain that program?
Yep, we have medical drivers. They'll take you back and forth to the doctor. We feel that's, many people ask if we transport people to the supermarket and to the hairdresser. Unfortunately, that's not an essential service,
Right.
maybe in the future, but right now it's 2 doctor's appointments. And we have 3 medical drivers. And we've been doing that for years, and that's very important as well. It's a very important service. And we also, I get so many calls from people who need help. We also will direct you to services if you have problems with caregiving, dealing with a situation at home that you don't know what to do. You can call Health and Human Services, and we'll try to help you or direct you to where you can go.
And I tell you, I know you do that because there's a lot of calls that my Michelle Sylvan gets at Town Hall with regards to residents that need help with an array of things, from mortgages to food.
Yep.
And we direct them to you, basically, and if we can't do it, we go a step further, and that's really appreciated as well. Also, when I come in, it's really nice when I walk in there. A lot of the gentlemen are playing the game of pool, trying to invite me to play so they can beat me up because I'm not a good pool player.
Oh, well, you should definitely come by and play.
But so come on in, Mayor, let's play. But what's really nice is there's you have the Lake Hiawatha Seniors Club, you have St. Peter's, St. Anne's, and there's a whole array of clubs that use the facility as well. Am I correct?
That's right. Yeah, there are 4 senior clubs currently that have about 40 and 50 members each, who hold their meetings twice a month at the senior center or community center. And they're open to membership as well. They have speakers, they have bus trips, they have parties. If you're stuck at home and you just need to get out, you could join a club, one of these seniors clubs. They're always looking for members. And or you don't have to, but there's always something going on. And few people who live in Parsippany know about the center. We have people coming in accidentally, they mean to go to the recreation department or the Knoll Country Club, and they'll walk in and they'll ask for direction. I'll say, well, this place is great. I didn't know it was here. And you really have to see it to believe it, because the building, as you said, is 45,000 square feet. It's huge. And there was a person from Bergen County who got lost, came in, and Bergen County, Upper Saddle River, He said, we don't even have this in Bergen County.
Right.
This is a gem. It is so rare that even if you just want to see it to believe, you have to see it to believe it. Even if you never come back, just come by and check it out.
This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do the show in the Pride and Parsippany episode on the community center.
I appreciate it.
Just to let more residents in town that know the service is here for them.
Right.
I think it's a great. First of all, it's great for the town and the seniors. And you go above and beyond, but what I also like is that, as you know, and we have a movie night there. Am I correct?
Right. We show movies at least twice a month at the Senior Center. Our last movie last Friday was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which
that was good.
Which is a good one. Yeah, that's a funny one. And we've shown many movies, and we'll continue. And it's all free. Movies are free. You get a snack, And yeah, it's it's thriving. There are between, I'd say, 200 to 300 people there daily.
That's a lot. Yes.
It's a lot.
And I know some of them use the exercise room.
Mm-hmm.
Explain the bus trips if you can as well.
Right. Every senior club that has their meetings at the Senior Center, and two others, Brookside and Baldwin Oaks, who don't hold meetings at the Senior Center, the township sponsors a bus trip for each of those clubs yearly. They go to Staten Island, Pennsylvania for various things. On these bus trips, they can go anywhere they want, and we pay for that bus trip. And they're great. They get something to eat. They usually get a show. Maybe if they go to the place in Connecticut where they gamble, they get some slot money, and it's a social thing. And they love these bus trips, and the township provides that for these senior clubs.
Well, another thing that the community services center is used for, and we hope to never have to use it for that reason, is during storms and shelter. Can you elaborate on what transpires during that time?
Right. If we should suffer another horrendous situation, hopefully we won't, where there's flood or loss of power, the community center, which is in Lake Hiawatha, it's sort of kind of at one end of town, which is an issue with people finding it, but it is equipped to be an emergency shelter. We now have a generator that can provide power to the senior center. So this is definitely, it was a shelter before during Superstorm Sandy, and it was a shelter before during that freak ice storm where all the trees and limbs fell down.
Right. That was
that was crazy, where everybody lost power. And we have cots. We are prepared. We've been trained. I would be the shelter manager, and we would be up and running at the drop of a hat if need be,
right,
to help the residents.
Now I know you had programs there, and if you can elaborate on some of them, what do they really do in Healthy Bones? Is it exercise, or is it? Healthy
Bones is exercise. It's they do. It's not aerobic. It's basically some weights, and maybe they'll sit in a chair and do it, and then maybe some standing. And we have a devout group of people who've been going to to all the exercise classes for years, and they're open to new membership. Same thing with Stretch and Strength. It's the same. Low impact. They're low impact.
Let me ask you this question. We, in the township, Parsippany, I think it was 2011, we hired a wellness coach. Mm-hmm. And we take those services over to the community center for the seniors. How's that worked out?
It's great. The seniors love the wellness coach. They'll come in and talk to her. They'll ask her a few questions, and she did give a little talk to them on beating the pain. Right. She gave a very nice. They all loved her. She was so patient. I think she probably stayed there close to 2 hours after the end of her talk to answer all their questions. Yeah, she was great. And I just told her Friday. She's there every Friday at the senior center. I told her, we have to have you come back again and give a little talk to the seniors.
That's what we'll do. And this is important because what the wellness coach does in Parsippany for our township workers and some of the family members is it gives you update on your health on a weekly basis, mm-hmm, from your blood pressure to discussing and talking with the wellness, mm-hmm, coach,
right,
and what what's your goal,
right,
what's your health goal, and that's right, important. I mean, I know I go to the wellness coach,
right,
and bringing it to the seniors,
right,
a lot of public seniors are diabetic, so there's a program on diabetes, there's a program on blood sugar, a program on high blood pressure.
Right.
So, we're going to continue that program, mm-hmm, into the community center as well.
Good.
So I'm glad that they really like it a lot because it means a lot. I mean,
they got a lot out of it. And she was very patient. She answered every single question, and the information she gave out was current. In fact, I think she had done some research on pain in her studies. So she's very, very knowledgeable.
I mean, you think about the community center has its own nurse.
Right, correct.
I mean,
yes.
you know, if you can explain that as well, what the nurse does.
Right. Well, yeah, we have a nurse because the Health and Human Services Department is housed in the community center, as are some other departments, which I'll mention. But we have our own public health nurse who comes to the community center as her job. She's there, you know, working there, because we have clinics also. That's another function. But the seniors can come in and get their blood pressure taken. If they're by the nurse at any time, she's there. And if they need a Band-Aid, a lot of them are on blood thinning medications, and they need a Band-Aid, you know, they have some initial rash, you know, they come, can I see the nurse? It's like, oh, I got an ache, anything, you know, they'll come in. And she's very warm, and, you know, it makes them feel protected, you know, makes them feel safe, you know, if they know a nurse is there. So besides Health and Human Services in the community center, the Township of Parsippany Fire Prevention is housed in the community center. So is the Housing Department. So if you have any of these, if you need to meet with any of these departments, they're there. Also, we have our EMT squad, our full-time EMS squad housed in the Parsippany Community Center. And so it's a bustling place.
Well, the goal is to eventually have those departments go into other areas of Parsippany, especially the ambulance having its own, I guess you would call it, own building, headquarters, and, you know, fire prevention as well as housing, because I'm sure you could use that room over there in the community center, because I know when I go in there, there's so much more. We do a lot now, but there's so much more in the future that we're going to be able to do.
Yes.
Can you explain, because I know one thing about Medicare, it's confusing. Now we have a Medicare counselor as well?
Yes, that's right. We do have a wonderful Medicare counselor who comes every Friday, and he's mobbed. I tell you, he has an appointment every half an hour. Medicare is such a confusing program. I went on the website, and I just had a big red question mark over my head. I have no idea what they're talking about. And it changes constantly. It's changing yearly. And this is a state program. He's been certified by the state. And he's also a local business owner. And he's a wonderful guy. He owns, if I can give him a plug, New Road Pharmacy. Okay.
We'll thank him.
Yeah, right.
I'll thank him then.
So he's volunteer. He's volunteer. I mean, he's a business owner, and he gives up every Friday morning to come to the senior center, and he just loves helping seniors, and they love him. Everybody who sees him compliments him to the hilt. He has done, I don't know what we'd do without him, because we would be getting all these questions, and I would have to turn people away. I just don't know.
Well, with the whole, you know, Affordable Care Act and Medicare is changing constantly. That's important to have somebody like that, because, as you know, right now it's going to probably change again. Considering, you know, the Senate and the Congress probably going to try to turn Obamacare and not have it now. So it's going to change all over again if that happens. I mean, we don't know offhand, but you always have to be prepared for our seniors. You know, we're going to be closing out soon, but I just want to say this. The Mayor's Action Center and you know, Michelle, who works hard, and myself, we will get more involved with you, want to work with you.
Great.
The mayor's, we're going to do things with the mayor's office for the seniors going forward. We're going to have a nice little, you know, prom with them.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
It's going to be really fun, a lot of, you know, really nice. And
maybe in the spring.
Yeah, we're doing like a spring ball with the seniors. But I have to tell you, as the mayor, I do get a lot of accolades on our community center. Other towns don't have what we have, and it's really important, because these are the individuals, these are the people that I know since, you know, I was a kid that helped build this town. They're the ones that, you know, and I really believe this is, like you said, the community center is a gem, one of the gems of Parsippany. And that's one of the reasons why Parsippany is ranked the #1 best place to live in the state of New Jersey. It's not by accident. We care for our residents, we care for our seniors, we care for our families. So that being said, Michelle, I want to thank you for all you do for Parsippany, but mostly for the seniors. They love you, and that's important, you know.
I feel the same
that good feel goes a long, long way. And, you know, I thank
Yeah.
you, and I know you were excited.
I'm very excited.
You know, when we approach each other, that you get to do
Yeah.
the dream job, and it's
I
not a
love my
job when
job.
it's a dream job.
I can't wait to get to work in the morning.
So, well, good. You're gonna be going back to work in the
Yeah,
morning.
I
No, I'm kidding. I'm only joking.
That's right.
But that being said, I want to thank you,
Mayor.
for
Thank
you know,
you.
being part of our community, and
Thank
a
you so
community
much.
that I grew up in and that I love.
I love
And
it.
once again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Pride in Parsippany. Until next time, have a wonderful day. God bless you.